Welcome back to the program. You're still watching Nedbank Business Watch this Wednesday. Let's talk about solar energy now, something that is transforming the way that homeowners think about power consumption. As electricity costs rise and environmental concerns intensify, more people are looking forward towards sustainable energy solutions. Solar power offers not only a way to reduce household expenses, but it also contributes to energy independence as well as environmental preservation. Today, we want to explore these advantages with Zama Dlamini, Head of Branch Networks at Nedbank, as well as discuss how solar energy can impact your home, your finances, as well as the environment, whether you're considering a full or a partial installation. Zama, welcome to the program. A very good afternoon to you. We've spoken about solar before, but we are getting into the nitty-gritty today, and I'm sure people at home really are interested into hearing about Nedbank solutions. Talk to me about why would one consider using solar solutions, or with solar energy, I beg your pardon.
Afternoon, Nguni. Thank you so much for having us again. So one of the primary reasons homeowners would turn to solar is for the potential savings on electricity. By channeling energy from the sun, customers are able to substantially reduce their dependence on the national grid, and in turn save on electricity bills.
Absolutely.
In terms of a full installation, a full solar installation, it generates electricity for your entire home and can significantly reduce or eliminate your monthly expenditure in terms of energy costs. Although sometimes the upfront costs can be quite substantial in the beginning, however, we've seen that over time, this type of full installation allows the customer to save quite shortly in a period, and as well, it's able to pay back within a very short period of time. So that gives themselves, the homeowners, some ability to actually get some assurance in terms of sustainable energy costs in that regard. Then when it comes to partial solar installations, those partial solar installations would be for those types of customers who may not be able to afford or commit to a full solar installation. So that can include solar geyser and or lights. In that regard, we've also seen that the energy consumption of a solar geyser, or rather of a geyser in its entirety, contributes to about 40% of our current electricity bills. So by virtue of this partial installation as a start, this can substantially then give our customers more income back into their pockets, and over time, again, it will pay itself back, and you can then substantially save on energy bills. I
want us to talk about energy independence now. We do understand that installing a solar, energy system gives homeowners a bit of control. Talk to me about that.
100%. By generating your own electricity, in terms of the solar options that would be providing in terms of financing, you are able to have less reliance on the national grid. In other words, you are able to be sustained outside of the local utility, which in our instance is EEC. Meaning that you have, should there be prolonged blackouts and or storms in terms of restoration of power, your home is actually able to be sustained in terms of, if you have a full solar solution, you have prolonged heated water, you've got access to your electricity. If you've got a partial solar installation, you also have your plugs, your lights on, meaning your essential items can be charged, plugged in, and you're able to make dinner, whether it's over a microwave or an electric stove. So that's the independence that comes from being subsidized by the national grid. Or full reliance on your solar system.
And I suppose that comes in handy, particularly in this period of time. I believe we are right at the near end of spring, and we're getting into summer. We hear a lot of, disaster agencies now speak about a lot of storms that we may potentially have with the advent of climate change. And I suppose this is such a great solution for what we focused to come. And I suppose our viewers at home are really listening to this. But the environmental impact of it all now, no pun intended, because we just segued into climate change. How important are the benefits in this regard?
Okay. In terms of being on a solar-powered system, whether it's partially or it's full, you are actually, for every kilowatt of per hour generated on electricity, you are contributing to a saving in the green economy. As you've mentioned, of course, the existing fossil fuels from which power is generated, your coal, your carbon emissions are actually substantially reduced when you move to renewable energy, which in this instance is solar. The sun is in abundance. We are in summer, as you're mentioning. And we do want to position ourselves as Nedbank to actually say that we are a green bank and we are wanting to contribute to the ozone layer in terms of ensuring that we're not contributing to climate change impact. We are mentioning storms. Now we've seen the erratic weather patterns, and that's all a contributing factor of, having winter in summer expectations and vice versa. And as a result, we are also trying to sensitize and create awareness to our customers to say that let us be sustainable, let us be conscious of how we are using our energy, including the natural resources, which are also finite. And hence why we are positioning solar energy movement as well as availing ourselves to finance and all the options that a customer may want to take up.
Absolutely. And, typically a day like today, it's pretty low temperatures outside. It shouldn't be cold around this time. And we have been told it's going to be cold for the better part of the week. It was cold yesterday. It's cold today. It's going to be cold tomorrow. These solutions that you're mentioning right now, they also trickle into, the partial solar installations solutions. I can imagine what a solar geyser does for you in this, trying time.
As you're mentioning the weather, there has been an article in the past few days in our local media that is actually speaking about the local utility, being EEC, wanting to also increase tariffs. So we can also appreciate that the tariffs continue to rise in this regard. And as a measure to cushion customers for long term in terms of the sustainability, this would be prime option for them to consider. And also further to that, yes, the weather you're mentioning is quite erratic, but because of the solutions that we would offer, first of all, it covers this kind of dips in weathers, if I may call it, because the heat is actually stored in the devices, the batteries, the panels. So you are able to go through a period where it could be cloudy and overcast, but you're able to have peace of mind in your household in terms of your heated water and sustained connectivity to the outside world.
And indeed, it offers itself as such a great deal if you think about it. And indeed, Nedbank is a green bank, not because of the green behind us, not because of the green in their logo, but also because of the fact that they are, offering this kind of solution that speaks to reducing our carbon footprint. Let's speak about an increased property value. What does this do to my property?
In our previous conversation, we had mentioned the options in which clients can take up the solar financing solution with Nedbank, one of which is the one we are pronouncing quite strongly, which is in relation to homeowners. From the history of Swazi citizens, not a lot of people have had solar installations. This is relatively new to the mindset of Eswatini, as well as into the market. So as a result, we are encouraging homeowners to say, take up the solar financing through this home loan solution that we would offer as Nedbank. And in turn, that of course increases the value of your property. What we are essentially saying here is that the value of a property without an installation can be, let's say, 1 million emalangeni. However, once you've installed this these gadgets or the solution, the value of the property actually increases, and by virtue,
skyrockets.
Yes, I wouldn't say skyrockets, but it certainly appreciates from a property perspective. As we know, property does appreciate. So we are saying that, we can afford to give our customers, or our customers can afford to gain themselves some level of equity or wealth in relation to the property that they hold. Should they want to dispose of it and sell it, it actually becomes quite viable. From a buyer's perspective, the buyer's looking at yourself selling a house, as Fiso to say, you're actually quite eco-friendly. You're aware of where the world is going in terms of solar and or energy generation. So I think that is how we are actually. That's one of the pointers we want to highlight to our customers, to say that the installation of solar actually does not depreciate your home loan value. It actually does not maintain or have it remain constant. Absolutely. In terms of the value of your home. It actually does appreciate quite significantly.
It is indeed a significant margin. So one of my favorite pastimes is enjoying architectural digest and, a bit of, home channels. And they do this thing where they approximate the value of the home with and without a full, being fully equipped with solar systems. And believe me, when I said it skyrockets, it really does. If you do install a solar system at your whatever home or your place or a property that you're selling, that price rockets significantly. So do the right choice. Go to Nedbank Eswatini and inquire. You don't even have to inquire, really. We are giving you all the information here. Let's talk about low maintenance and long-term durability. I understand this also speaks to this solution.
Correct. So in terms of solar systems, they are known for their durability. They are also known for their low maintenance requirements. So once you've installed the solar panels, as an example, we know that their life cycle or duration is about 25 to 30 years. So for about 30 years, you've got peace of mind. It's low maintenance in terms of actually maintaining this. And as a result, the electricity that is going to generate for your home in the long term is actually quite, you see the savings quite pronounced, because the actual spend of electricity becomes non-existent, if I may say so, due to the fact that you've got this gadget that is also available for such a prolonged period of time. And also what we've done is, in our partnerships with our solar providers, we have extended care or warranties that relate to this. So meaning that these will be taken care of. It's in a similar fashion as any other assets that you would purchase. You would want to ensure that it stays in good shape and in good condition, and it's actually still servicing you as intended. Again, like we said, the payback period in terms of an installation would be about 10 to 15 years in terms of a full system, meaning you've got an additional 15 to 20 years where you've got peace of mind, and you've actually paid back the investment or the investment that you put up front for the system.
It's quite interesting. With proper maintenance, the panels can live up to pretty much my lifetime. I'm 30 this year, and I'm just thinking about it. I feel like I've lived, and when I try to make sense of it all, your solar panels can live up to a whole lifetime of Sifi, so that's crazy. Zama, I suppose with everything that you have just, articulated today, our viewers at home, you don't need any more convincing. There's never been a better time than right now to make sure that you do get your house fully equipped with a solar system. It was Zama Dlamini, Head of Branch Networks with Nedbank Eswatini. And there you have it, solar energy. Make the right choice. Do contact Nedbank Eswatini and get your house fully equipped. Let's go for a net break.